Hey, it's Valenjoria Usher. Now, every day I talk to people about their businesses and I ask them all the same question. I say, where do you realistically want your business to be in 12 months' time? And the majority of them will give me back a very similar answer. They all say they want to be earning at least $10,000 a month. They want a six-figure business. Now, I'm going to be totally honest here. A lot of these people are totally delusional to think that they're ever going to make it to six figures a year. And I know this just from talking to them. And by the end of the call, I got a pretty good idea of which are the ones that can make it and which are the ones that at this point in time, the person who they are not going to make it. I'm not going to say that they could never make it, but at that point in time with who they are, they're not going to make it. So what are the things that allow me to determine those who have it, what it takes to be successful, and those who don't currently have that? Well, there are three main things that I find in these people when I'm talking to them. The first is drive and motivation. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? You obviously need drive and motivation to create a business from scratch and to get it to six figures a year. But these people know they need drive and motivation, but I don't think that most of them realize how much drive and motivation they need, how much they need to be able to get out of discomfort and go through the hard times and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And a lot of them, when I ask them how much time they spend a week working on their business, they say, 3 hours. And this is someone who like 5 minutes ago was telling me that they know that they can get to 10,000, 15,000, even 20,000 K a month in a year's time by working their business 3 hours a week. And I'm going to call it and say that that's not possible, not from scratch. Now, personally, I blame the 4-hour work week for this. I mean, all these people running around thinking that they can create a business from scratch to six figures on 4 hours a week, it just doesn't happen. I mean, maybe once you've already created that business, maybe once you've already put the systems in place and you've got the inertia behind you and you're getting teams and you're replacing yourself, you're cloning yourself with other people, maybe then you can work 4 hours a week, but not from the start. It just doesn't work that way. If it did, we would all be zillionaires, right? If it was that easy. Okay, the second thing that I find is the people who are ready to invest in themselves. So I have these conversations with people who say that they know if someone would just show them how to do it, if they could just be shown how to do it and what to do, they could get to $50,000 a month in a year's time. And then when I offer to show them how to do it for a fraction of the price of what they would be earning per month, they say no. They don't see the investment in it. And I mean, that to me, it blows my mind how someone can vehemently sit there and tell me that they know they can get to $50,000 a month if someone were to show them how, and then when you offer to do it for $3,000, even $10,000, $20,000, a $10,000 or $20,000 investment to learn how to make $50,000 a month, does that not make sense to you? And yet some of these people will actually tell me they've got the money in the bank. They've got the money sitting there, but they want to keep it in the bank when it's safe. Meanwhile, it's earning almost 0% interest. I mean, who knows with what's going on these days if it really is safe in the bank. And what is a better way to invest your money than to learn how to do it yourself? I mean, it's that old saying, you give man a fish, you feed him for a day, you give him a net and teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. It is the same with this. So the people who know that if they invest in themselves, they can learn how to do it. They can finally work how to do it. They won't ever need to worry about money again, full stop. Okay, and the third thing that tells me whether these people are going to be successful or not is the ones who are looking within themselves for the answer. So the people who aren't just sitting around bleeding about how they're not making it because no one will show them what to do, but they're out there actively searching for reasons and answers. I mean, they know that a six-figure business is not going to be delivered to them in a prettily wrapped box. They've got to get out there. They've got to get down and dirty. They've got to do that hard work, and they've got pushing and learning until they make it happen. And they know that it won't be that last piece of information that determines their success, but every single step of the way, every single up and down, every single thing they learned, every single experience they had, that it is all of that coming together that is going to finally create that success. The ones that don't get that are the ones that give up because that one thing they tried didn't work. They don't realize that success is a journey. Not just one thing that you do. All right, so there are my three things that I see that determine whether or not someone is going to have success. I hope that you've got something out of that, and I will see you very, very soon.